Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about R. Kelly calling out Jay-Z. But before we begin, I just wanted to remind you guys to subscribe to my second channel, Truth Network. We are at 29K, and we are so close to hitting our goal of 30K subs. Once we hit 30K on the second channel, we will be dropping all new exclusive content almost daily. So if you want to further support the Truth movement, subscribe to my second channel now. Thank you all. Now let's get right into it. R. Kelly was one of the biggest R&B stars in the world. He sold over 75 million records worldwide, achieving fame that few reach within the music industry. For years, Kelly was on top, and his fans worshipped the ground he walked on. He would pump out hit after hit, only making his fans fall deeper in love with the star. While the fans thought they were giving their worship to an R&B legend, it turned out Kelly was truly a monster who used his fame to take advantage of his fans. On September 27, 2021, after years of speculation, Kelly was finally sentenced to 30 years in prison for his crimes against many girls spanning several years. He was then trialed again for similar separate crimes and given an additional 31-year sentence that he is serving concurrently with the first sentence, meaning Kelly would have to serve 31 years in prison for his crimes. To the world, it appears that justice was finally served and Kelly got what he deserved. But in reality, why did it take more than 20 years to arrest a man that everybody in Hollywood knew was a monster? All the way back in 2002, R. Kelly was indicted for similar crimes that he is currently serving 31 years for. His trial took place 6 years later in 2008, where he was acquitted on all charges in less than 1 day of deliberations. Even though there was plenty of evidence, including a tape that was circulating in Hollywood that proved Kelly was guilty, he somehow managed to beat the case. They allowed Kelly to continue his evil actions for an additional 20 years before they decided to arrest him. For more than 20 years, he was able to continue his evil, affecting the lives of countless people. Those in Hollywood knew exactly what R. Kelly was up to, and I am confident some of these celebrities not only were okay with Kelly's behavior, but encouraged it and even participated in it. This is one of the reasons I believe Kelly wasn't convicted the first time around. Another reason was that Kelly was a huge star who was making hundreds of millions for the labels. In the early 2000s, Kelly was at the peak of his career. If he got arrested in the 2000s, he would have lost the labels hundreds of millions of dollars. He was the perfect star they would make all these problems go away for. Add this with the fact that most people who run the music industry participate in the same disturbing deeds as Kelly, you can see why they let him go. What I always found strange was how it was basically known in the industry that Kelly gets down like this since the 90s. Still, many artists chose to do songs with Kelly and even go on tour with him. One of those artists is no other than Jay-Z, which is not surprising since R. Kelly, just like Jay-Z, appears to be a Masonic puppet. Kelly, just like many other Masonic puppets, can be seen doing the Masonic hidden hand pose, showing the world that he himself is a master Mason. We can find more proof of Kelly being a Mason in his music video for his song Cookie. In the video, you can see Kelly wearing a white Masonic apron. If you saw my video on the 32nd degree Masons exposing the craft, then you should know all Masons are given a white apron when they join.
The letter G over the Master's chair, the 3 great lights, and the 3 lesser lights. We now like to continue with the ritual and explain what the meaning of the apron is, another symbol of Freemasonry. I'd like to present you, Brother Smith, with this lambskin or white leather apron, which is an emblem of innocence and a badge of a Mason. Ancient than the golden fleece or Roman eagle, or any other order that could be conferred upon you at this or any future date by king, prince, or potentate, or any other person, except to be a Mason, and which I hope you will wear with pleasure to yourself and honor to the fraternity. The lambskin has always been deemed an emblem of innocence. He, therefore, who wears a lambskin as a badge of a Mason is continually reminded of that purity of life and conduct which is so essentially necessary to his gaining admission into the celestial above.
As you heard for yourself, all Masons are given a white apron, and that just so happens to be what Kelly is wearing for the music video. Add this with the fact that later in the same video, he can be seen wearing what appears to be a Masonic collar with the Masonic 5-star emblem. This is self-explanatory evidence. Why else would Kelly be in Masonic attire if he wasn't a member of the Freemasons? Now we know the third reason why Kelly was allowed to do his evil for all those years. He took the Masonic oath just like Jay-Z, who worked with Kelly in the industry. Jay-Z and R. Kelly first connected in 2002 to do an album called The Best of Both Worlds, releasing it in March of that year. This is the same year Kelly would get indicted for his crimes in June. You would think Jay-Z would immediately distance himself from Kelly, who was being accused of such disturbing crimes, but he didn't.
I know you mentioned the best of both worlds with R. Kelly. Have you maintained any type of contact with R. Kelly since?
We spoke, like, you know what I'm saying, we spoke a couple of times. I don't really want to be like, I know he's getting calls from everywhere, and you know, some people are really concerned, some people just want to be nosy. They want to know what's going on in God's life. You know, I don't want to be another person like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, got love for the dude. You know, I mean, if he's guilty, just hope and pray that he get help. If not, I wish everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody embrace him, you know, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But our contact is just sparse.
Okay. Were you, as a solo artist, were you concerned about that whole ordeal affecting you the next time you came out with this album?
I was not concerned for my career. Like, it's for an artist. I know, like, I mean, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. I know I ain't have nothing to do with that. So, you know, the alleged incident, you know what I'm saying? So
He actually did another album with him called Unfinished Business in 2004, and even went on tour with him the same year. The tour was called the Best of Both Worlds Tour, and it ended early after Kelly and Jay-Z were having disagreements, and allegedly, Kelly got hands put on him by Jay-Z's people. Even though the tour ended in bad blood, the fact that Jay-Z stood around Kelly after the allegations is a big red flag to me. I am pretty sure Jay knew what Kelly was into, as by the second album, he had already gotten indicted for his crimes, and the video footage of the crimes were circulating everywhere. On top of this, Jay-Z went on tour with him and was in the studio with him hanging out with the same girls Kelly was known to hang out with. We know just what kind of girls Kelly had around him. I believe Jay-Z participated in the same disturbing activities as Kelly did. Knowing that Jay-Z got with Beyonce when he was in his 30s and she was only 18, you can tell he likes girls much younger than him like Kelly does. Nas, who once had beef with Jay-Z, has stated that it was known Jay-Z knew about the disturbing activities Kelly was involved in while he was working with him, even claiming that he had a 14-year-old in the studio while they were recording. In my opinion, I believe many artists that were hanging around Kelly were joining in his activities. This is another reason I believe he was let go in 2008, as he had so much dirt on so many people. I believe Jay-Z was one of those artists who Kelly had dirt on, and this is the reason I believe Jay wanted to take Kelly out. Recently, Kelly's former cellmate, Ronnie Bo, has come out in an interview with Doggy Diamonds to talk about how Kelly believed Jay was trying to get rid of him. He states it all started happening during the Best of Both Worlds tour. This is where Jay-Z's problem with Kelly began, after working with him on 2 albums. According to Ronnie Bo, Kelly told him that Jay was the one behind his takedown.
You said that he said some a lot of stuff about Jay-Z, so I don't know where to begin. Basically, does he feel like it's powers that be in the industry that has a witch hunt against him?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, most definitely. You know, he spoke on Jay-Z. You know, again, everybody in there was asking him about Aaliyah and Jay-Z. Like, he was more open about speaking on Jay-Z. Well, he felt like Jay-Z had an issue with him. You know, he felt like Jay-Z wanted the spotlight at the time. R. Kelly was kind of bigger than Jay-Z in certain venues, though. Like, of course, in Madison Square Garden, they was predominantly Jay-Z fan. Well, he felt like Jay-Z tried to get him that night. He said calling him and shit, like, you know, threatening, made him feel like he didn't even want to go there. He didn't even want to perform. But he didn't know, like, he didn't immediately feel like, man, this got something to do with Jay-Z.
What did he feel about Jay-Z and the industry? Did he feel like that he felt like the industry on the whole had, you know, Jay-Z and higher ups that was out to get him and set him up and stuff like that? Go into that.
He basically said Jay-Z about a sellout.
As you heard for yourself, Ronnie Bo states that Jay was trying to have Kelly eliminated during the Madison Square Garden concert. According to Ronnie, it was because Jay was jealous of Kelly, but that makes zero sense and sounds like something Kelly made up to cover the real reason Jay was trying to eliminate him. In my opinion, I believe Jay did a lot of dirt with Kelly, and they eventually had a disagreement, and now Kelly had that dirt over Jay-Z's head. I believe this is exactly what R. Kelly was referring to when he got arrested. See, after Kelly was found guilty, his team was working with the police to get him a shorter sentence. In return, Kelly states he would have exposed all the celebrities who were into the sick things he was into. In my opinion, one of those names Kelly was ready to tell on was Jay-Z. Ronnie Poe also stated that Kelly thought the industry came after him because his catalog was worth billions, and he was looking for a way to acquire his catalog. So he claims this is the reason the label set him up to get arrested.
Trying to help him with his case, and I was just asking him, like, bro, why you think they doing this to you? I asked him, like, bro, why you think they doing this to you? And that's what he basically was saying. Like, when I found out my catalog worth $1 billion, and I'm hearing how Jay-Z supposed to be worth this, these other people supposed to be worth that, and knowing that I'm supposed to be worth more than them, like, I start trying to dig into this and see, like, damn, why I don't got my money? Why I'm not on Forbes? And like, where my money at? So when he started digging into that, start trying to, get them contracts modified and all that, so he can get his money, then that's when they, threatened him, basically.
Ronnie also states that Kelly told him he was encouraged by the label to rap inappropriate lyrics about age being nothing but a number.
These labels, about creative control over your music.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so they got authority that they put in these contracts to where it's like, we want to control your image, the type of music you put out. So they wanted him to be portrayed as this sex figure, you know what I mean? And we want you to write songs about, to make it sound like you talking about a young girl, because that plays on their fantasies and other people's fantasies. Like, the people behind the music industry, creepy motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And this is a sell because it plays on the fantasies of creepy motherfuckers like them, you know what I mean?
So he said that he felt like the industry accepted and wanted him, the powers that be wanted him to say that right age ain't nothing but a number and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what he told that? He told you that?
Yeah.
Implying that they used Kelly to sell a fantasy to people and to normalize that type of mentality. In my opinion, I can believe this. I know Kelly was guilty and participated in all those evil things, but I also do feel that the label encouraged it all. The whole industry knew Kelly had a relationship with Aaliyah. They knew he married her when she was underage. The whole industry also knew about the tape that showed Kelly doing very disturbing things. To me, it's very telling that they decided to arrest Kelly 20 years after his crimes were initially discovered. They could have arrested him anytime. Instead, they let him create a whole sex code in his house. He was using his fame to recruit so many girls that he completely controlled. This lets you know that there was an alternative reason for his arrest. He was arrested not because of his crimes, but because he made himself a liability when he got caught. He's not worth saving anymore since he isn't the huge star he was back in the 2000s. The labels already own his catalog and earn whatever money his music makes. It would have been interesting to see who Kelly would have exposed. It's obvious they shut him up, and when he offered to talk, there was no one there to listen. The whole R. Kelly situation lets the world know what the industry is truly up to behind the scenes. Kelly was an occultist, and he formed his own cult just like Aleister Crowley. He was a sick individual who was into some twisted stuff just like Crowley was. Now I would say this, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple years, Kelly gets released just like we saw with Bill Cosby. If Kelly falls back in line and the industry feels for whatever reason they need him, he will be released. Remember, when these Masons take an oath, they swear to always have a fellow Mason's back no matter what. This is why so many rich celebrities get away with the dirt they do. All they have to do is reveal themselves to the judge as a Mason, and if the judge is a Mason too, he owes loyalty to that person. We already saw that R. Kelly is a Mason, so don't be surprised if he ends up free eventually. All of this shows that the industry protects evil and they give it a platform to grow. The elite who run our world encourage this behavior and they want the masses to partake in it. As sick as it might sound, I believe in the future, the elite would try to normalize and legalize the evil Kelly was known for. Just take a look around and you can see they're already setting this up to happen. It's important we protect our children at all costs and never allow these demons to come close to them. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just want to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truth Fish store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make goes directly to helping the channel and furthering Truth Records. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts below and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I drop new videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there for more truth. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.